Hello guys, welcome to Daily Trades by Rin. Um, all right, let's get started. So I did kind of call this. If you watched my last video, um, I wasn't sure what pre-market was gonna bring, but I did call the price target. So I was able to call that. The low range would be 745. Actually went below that, 744 ish, the lowest, right? Um, After it crashed, I caught the bull market as well, and I called the higher range to be uh 750. Right now, it went past 749. Clear almost highest point would be 749 and 4 cents. Wait, let me see if there's another high point. Yeah, so it almost got to 750. So you know what I mean. I called those two price point. And then yeah, and I don't know if it's gonna crash from here on out. I don't think so, but I could be wrong. We have what do you call that? We have about two hours to go in the market. So I see a strong price point at 745 actually. So it might go back and forth throughout the week to 745. How do I know that? It's just we're making educated guesses. You know what I mean? I kind of I mean I can't be for certain. Nothing can be for certain. That's why you see some days where red days. I'm able to protect myself and you know as I'm going through day to day. And the only way I can protect myself is if I don't lock in, you know what I mean? People lock in, without good stop loss, but the thing is um, with my particular contract, the way Robinhood works is I can't create a stop loss. So, I'm forced to protect myself my way, which is, you know, I think it's time tested already because I've seen a lot of losses to know how I proceed when it comes to protecting my losses, right? So let's go ahead and just mark this as a bull market. Let's do it. Let's pretend we caught this right here. Like, you know what? We're just gonna go follow that line right there. It touched three times, right? So now it's breaking through this line, but it's hanging around that. So we're looking at some sort of convergence right there, right? So we're talking about converging on the 748 line ish or above that. Maybe 740.50, right? It's already broke through. It's still converging. I think most people would want to like probably look for a what you call it breaking structure and then take it down to um take it down for a what you call that a position to where it crashes, right? And then they're gonna want to you know I mean if it crashes, it should crash right now. Get it closer to 745 since my price point was 745 throughout the week, right? That's the target price. We'll go back and forth. So it'll probably either crash a bit now and then more overnight. At some point, it has to work all the way to 750. That's all I know. So yeah, we're actually breaking structure. We're looking for reversal here. We're kind of seeing the reversal already, right? So see, it's already reversing. So we had this thing going here, here, right? And then as this is coming down, this is still going up. That's where we see our convergence. And now it has a lower low. I mean lower high on the thing here. Lower high on the accumulation distribution here. Oh, let me show it. Let me show it. Yeah, it's gonna reverse. This is where it's probably gonna crash. It probably crashed to like 446. Let's see if I get it. Dang. See how I call from the top, guys? I'm calling it. This right now is from the top, right? So technically, if you got in right now, you will make some money. But I don't like to trade the last 2 hours, so I probably leave it alone. But it gets dangle around until like the very last whatever, and then people that's trading, they'll DTE wouldn't even have a chance to get in. You know what I mean? But it'll definitely crash overnight. It was reversing like that. You feel? So yeah, so you see that. So this is going up. This is coming down. It broke through structure. It's probably gonna crash overnight. So and then it's gonna work its way back up tomorrow, doing the same thing, exact same thing. So we're looking at probably crashing all the way down to 745, 744 again because it did break structure. Okay, I think the EMA is gonna be telling. If it crashes through the EMA, we're heading down. I'm getting my phone ready. I might want to do this one. Yeah, guys, just break a structure. Um, so if it crashes through the EMA, we're solid. Let me see. I can do a breakup structure. All right, I got in position, guys. Say I do what I say. I dare say what I do. uh, dang. So I spent $22 on this contract. It might not even do it. It's all right. If it doesn't do it, I'll just pull out before the end of the day. It is what it is. But yeah, so we'll see. We'll see if it crashes. Let's draw this line right here. Let's draw the bottom. So it has an opportunity to crash through the bottom. It wants to. It wants to crash. But will it? We are moving. I mean, we're not live, but our contract is live. I'm down $2, and then our expiration is tomorrow, which I will get a lot of it tomorrow if I wait. I'm not gonna wait depending how far it crashes. Like I said, I don't want to hang onto anything overnight. But it is going down, guys. Presenting itself to go down, but it's a strong enough downward trend. See how it catches? Do you guys see how it catches direction? You know what I mean? I always catch at the top, right? It's not. Well, I mean that's just an example. And do I need confirmation? Technically, I was watching for confirmation, right? So I was looking for the convergence here at this line. It already passed once, broke a structure once already. Actually, it started bearing down already. We were already over here. I got in right here. I got in right over here. That's where I got in. So now I just got to believe in what I'm saying is correct. But again, it has to pass through the EMA, right? The EMA has a strength in it where, but this is a 1 minute EMA. You know what I mean? If we were to look for a different minute EMA, then we'll be able to see. But if it was bullish, we're not going to see much. You know what I mean? Like, if the sentiment was bullish all the time, we're not going to see much. See that? We're not going to see much, right? We will see oh, we got one red, maybe the next one red. Look at this one. Red, 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 green. You know what I mean? So, but look where this is the SMA here, right? The SMA here is like trying to reverse. So if anything, it'll crash towards like 747, and it'll just hang there, and then start go back up, right? So that's where like I will try to hope that it goes below the SMA. Well, is it even the SMA line? Yeah, it's the SMA line. Yeah, But hey, look, EMA, right? EMA presented itself to be a resistance. You know what I mean? So, is it a resistance? It might as well be, right? Until it fully reverses and this comes to the top, right? So that's why 745 is a strong point for it to just hang around for the rest of the week, right? And then it'll move itself to get the SMA past the EMA line. The EMA becomes the bottom again. You feel me? Um, but who's to say that's correct either? You know. So right now, it's not even presenting itself to want to crash below the EMA. But you can tell the EMA is a strong resistance right now. I wouldn't call it support unless the SMA can go above it. And the only way the SMA can go above it is it needs to either shoot way up, so the SMA has no choice but to go above it, right? Or it needs to just consolidate a little longer until the SMA and the EMA becomes a point, and then it intersects and it crashes together. So it does need to crash a little bit more. You know what I mean? And whether or not it's going to crash and continue to go down, that's a whole different story. That's like next week's story. You feel me? Um, like the rest of the chart to go bearish. You know, so like that. We can only see a few steps ahead, but if you do this enough, you might be able to see what other people can't see, right? With all the relativity to every other charts out there, that's telling every other thing that has inter relativity to the market, U.S. market. So I don't know anything besides the U.S. market. You know what I mean? I haven't studied enough that well, right? And so if I were to pursue something to study in that way, yeah, I might have that opportunity. You know what I mean? To understand a little bit more. But I can only do a couple of days ahead. Other people can probably. That's why they're wealthy, dude. You know, they're over here taking millions out of the market, right? I'm over here trying to take a few dollars here and there a day. But proof of concept, right? If you can produce the proof of concept, if you could do $1 a day every day, right? That's all you need to do. That's all you need to know. You know what I mean? Then you progress from there. You know what I mean? People over here trying to do millions of dollars a day and they have no idea what's going on. You know what I mean? Would you call that luck? I would assume so. Just saying. I don't know. I'm not gonna dog anybody's um, success. You know what I mean? You're successful. You know your stuff. Don't let me stop. Yep. It's working its way past the EMA, right? The 1 minute EMA anyway. Go to the 15 minute again. Let's go to 5 minute EMA. Maybe 5 minute time chart. The 5 minute it crosses hasn't crossed the EMA in 5 minutes, but I don't know. I don't know what's the difference. It's not crossing. Yeah, but see the 4 hour, it has this bullish movement, right? Because this the day today. There's only 2 hours in the day. What do you call it? Am I going to be forced to hold it overnight? We'll see. We will see. Yeah, I'm on here longer than I should be. Anyway, I'm gonna close up, guys. I'll give you an update on my contract maybe tonight. See what happens. But again, you joining me live today? Not live, but my chart is live. Join me on daily trades by Rin, and today is 7/21/2026. Have a good day, y'all. Peace.